and welcome back to my doll collecting channel. Today I have a very interesting video that I came up with last night, and it's a very interesting concept, and that is, what dolls would I sell from my collection if I had to? Now, this was not an easy video to prepare for because there's a lot of things I would do before getting to the point where I need to sell my dolls. But sometimes it's fun to look at your collection and think to yourself, okay, what dolls would I sell if I had to? Or maybe I'm just really morbid, I don't know. First, this might be obvious, but I would probably sell my Rainbow High collection before I started selling any of my American Girls, because American Girl is a main focus of my channel and it's definitely my favorite doll brand, or one of my like top 3 favorite doll brands. Like if I had to say my top 3, it would be American Girl, Maple Leaf, and Ever After High. And Barbie movie dolls, like the Barbie princesses from the early 2000s, are pretty up there too. But those are my top favorites. So something like Rainbow High and even my Disney doll collection, like my 11-inch, 12-inch Barbie size Disney dolls, I would probably get rid of those first because there is some value in those dolls. And I don't necessarily know if I get enough use out of those dolls. I tend to look at my Rainbow High collection and I don't know what to do with them. I don't know. I thought about like what kind of videos can I create with my Rainbow High doll collection, and I feel like I can't come up with anything that would be interesting. And even photo ideas I struggle with my Rainbow High collection. And with the Disney dolls, I feel like because American Girl now has the Disney Playline dolls, and I haven't any of the Disney Playline dolls yet, but I would love to add them to my collection once they release a character that I'm absolutely in love with. They haven't released any. Aside from the Elsa and Anna collector dolls and the Belle collector doll, there hasn't been a Disney doll that I would consider adding to my collection because I don't love them enough. I would consider selling my Disney 12-inch dolls because I have the American Girl versions, and American Girl is like my favorite. So I would consider selling them if I had to, but I got them thrifted, so I didn't spend that much money on them. For the American Girl, I didn't have the heart to rank them as like most likely to sell, least likely to sell, because I wouldn't want to sell any of them. We have my Felicity, and you're probably a little bit surprised, or maybe not actually, because she doesn't get featured on my channel that often. But Felicity is one of my, she's actually really dusty right now, so if that doesn't say anything about my feelings about Felicity. So anyways, Felicity is one of my favorite American Girl characters. I love her collection. She was like my first favorite American Girl doll. I really like the concept of Felicity, and I love Felicity's fashion and outfits and things like that. However, the seller did not disclose that Felicity had a haircut because they put it in like a ponytail and her hair was badly cut. So I had to re-wig her, and this is her wig. So as you can tell, the color is pretty spot on for Felicity, but it doesn't have the pin curls, and it's not that good quality of a wig. It was only like $24, so I'm not like too upset about the price that I paid for the wig because I think wigs can get pretty expensive. So for what I paid for it, it seems appropriate. It's just very slippery. So even like this falls out occasionally. So I can't really put bows in it, and it's just not ideal. Next we have my Magic Addict doll, Rose, and I have an interesting reason why I would sell her, and that is because she's my only Magic Addict doll and she's my only slim 18-inch doll. So she doesn't really fit the American Girl's clothes because she is like a slim doll. She has a hard torso, so she doesn't really fit the American Girl clothes very nicely. And it's harder to find Magic Addict stuff because they don't make those dolls anymore. American Girl at least still kind of exists and is more popular than Magic Addict. However, if I were to have one Magic Addict doll, it would be this one. Rose is so cool. I love the concept of her. She's an indigenous doll. So that's why I'm keeping her in our collection. Also, I thrifted her, by the way. So she was only like $5 or something like that. I thought like if I see other ones at the thrift store, will I get them? Probably. But it does make it difficult to find outfits for her to wear because she has that different body type. However, she is quite cute. I like her eyes. It took a while to get used to. Her eyes are very intense because she doesn't blink. So she feels very intense looking, but then you get used to her. So she is, like, I like her lip color, and like she's just a very beautiful doll. She just looks very different from American Girl dolls, but I only got her for $5, so I probably got $5 use out of her, showing her on this YouTube channel and on Instagram posts. So yeah, if I were to sell one, maybe I would consider selling her, but I don't know if she'd be worth that much. I do have her original dress, but just her dress, just her green dress. So I don't have like her full meat outfit or anything like that, but I do have part of it. So I don't know how valuable she would be. Also, her pinky finger is chewed off. So there is that as well. So she's not in the best condition, but I don't know, if it came around to it, I might consider selling her. Next we have my doll Caitlin, and Caitlin is a 29, and this is the interesting thing about Caitlin. She is a very beautiful doll, and I think she is a very unique looking doll. She is very, very beautiful, and I can see why she's a lot of people's favorite Truly Me doll. However, I bought her originally to be a singing bird doll because Chapters / Indigo was having this big sale with American Girl, and they were selling American Girls for like $45, and I made a video unboxing the 3 dolls that I got for $45 each, brand new unboxed. She's a Truly Me doll, so you know how I struggle with concepts to create for Truly Me dolls, and I bought her originally to be a singing bird from Kirsten Stories, but then another doll that I bought that day fits better to be singing bird. So I decided I'm going to create her as an Indigenous World by Us character, because when World by Us was released, I was really hoping that they would release an Indigenous character line. I wish some other things too, like I wish they had released a Muslim character, I wish they had released a boy doll, I wish they had released a lot of things for that line. I was so excited for the World by Us, and they ended up, that line doesn't really exist anymore, which is really upsetting because I think it had so much potential. One of my favorite lines from American Girl was World by Us. And I do have all the World by Us dolls. I have Maritza, Yvette, and McKenna. And then this doll also goes on my World by Us shelf because I would love for American Girl to have released an Indigenous World by Us character. So I kind of count her as part of my World by Us collection, even though she technically is a Truly Me. So she hangs out with the World by Us dolls, which also share a shelf with the Girl of the Year dolls, because I only have 3 Girl of the Year dolls. But if I had to sell her, I would, and that's because she's not a official canon character from American Girl. She's a character that I created. Now I wish American Girl did create a character like this or similar to this, but they have not. So if I had to sell one, I might consider selling her, even though she's gorgeous and stunning. And I do like her. I like the character that I created. It's just she's not an official character from American Girl, and I love official character things because, I don't know, maybe I'm unoriginal. I just struggle with naming Truly Me's. I just thought I would pause this video for 1 second to let you know that I was looking at my YouTube analytics the other day, and I realized most people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So I'm just saying, what are you doing? If you watch my videos, or if you watch most of my videos or all of my videos, why not hit subscribe? It is absolutely free. It just gives you a notification when I have new uploads. And also, while you're at it, you might as well follow me on Instagram because I post photos and videos of my dolls over there as well. But thank you so much for all your support, and thank you to everyone who watches my videos, and let's get back to this video. So the next 2 dolls I got together, I actually thrifted these dolls, and they're my Mary Ingalls and Laura Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie dolls. These dolls I got thrifted on the same day, so that's why I named them Little House on the Prairie dolls, because I always wanted a Little House on the Prairie doll as a kid because I loved Little House on the Prairie. I reread those books so many times. I really, really did enjoy them. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just frustration because they're new dolls and I don't have a lot of clothes to put them in because I have so many Pioneer dolls now. I have Kirsten and Marta. Like I have Kirsten, which is official American Girl character. I have Marta, which is a Truly Me 20, which I named Marta after Kirsten's friend in her story. And I also have a singing bird doll, which is currently wearing pioneer clothes because I don't have any like proper indigenous clothes yet. However, I'm planning on getting one. I have an idea of what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna place an order closer to Christmas time because I do Christmas unboxings closer to Christmas. So I do have an idea for singing bird, so she doesn't have to wear, you know, a Kirsten dress with some moccasins that I found. So yeah, so she is currently wearing pioneer clothes too. And then I have Laura and Mary. So that's a lot of dolls that are wearing these homemade outfits that I made for the pioneer dolls. And I am making more. I have made some more, like yesterday I made some more pioneer dresses. So maybe it's just frustration that I don't have a lot of clothes to put them in. And they're kind of put aside. They don't even have shoes right now, which made sense because I bought them in the summertime. So I bought them in the summertime, so I thought in the books they don't wear shoes during the summertime. Now it's starting to become winter. It is October right now, and it's Canada, so it's starting to get cold. And I'm like, where am I going to get lace-up boots for these dolls? So I don't know if that's where the frustration is coming, that I'm like overwhelmed for what I'm gonna put these dolls in. Or if it's genuine, because I do think they're really cute. I thought about even making them early 2000s dolls too, because they just are so iconic for American Girl. Truly Me's, or Just Like You's is what they would be called back in the early 2000s. That's what I grew up with. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say about these dolls. Okay, this doll I actually have considered selling, and I'll explain to you why, and that is this Truly Me. I believe she's 91, I want to say. Is she 91? I'm not sure, but she's the street chic Truly Me dolls before they did the Truly Me rebrand, and she has purple hair. Now, one thing I do like about the doll is that it's not just straight dark purple hair, like not straight, like it is curly obviously, but I mean like plain, just one solid color purple. Like there is different colors of purple in the hair, which is really cool. I really do like that. And the reason I got her is because, kind of a funny story, but I went to the thrift store and I found a My Life As doll with like lilac purple hair, and I almost bought her because I was like I love the concept of a purple hair doll for some reason. And then literally a few days later, Chapters had a sale and this doll was $35, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get her because like getting $35 for an American Girl as a Canadian is a really great price. She's brand new in box from Chapters, by the way. And she was a purple hair doll that just like I had seen at the thrift store. And I'd rather pay a little bit more to have an official American Girl doll. And I was like, I'm gonna turn her into a custom Dungeons & Dragons character. I was gonna turn her into a tiefling. I have a whole concept of what I'm gonna do with this doll, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. And that's partly because I need to figure out, because if you know anything about Dungeons & Dragons, a tiefling character is like, they have like horns and a tail. So I was like, how am I going to make the horns? Like I have wire, like I was thinking about different ways that I could do it. And just yesterday I was thinking, I'm like, wait, it's Halloween time, so maybe I could find like little clip-in horns and like stick them on a headband, like a American Girl size headband, and then put it on. So that's one concept I have. So now I'm less like I want to sell her to get rid of a project, because I have a lot of creative projects going on all the time, but I'm also working multiple jobs. Like this is like, I call YouTube my third job because I have two other jobs that I do work on a regular basis. So I'm a very busy person, and I'm a very creative person as well. So I have so many creative projects all the time, and it's starting to get to a point where I'm like, I have too many creative projects. I either need to spend or like schedule time to actually get the creative projects done, so bring that list down, or I need to start getting rid of some of my supplies that I had bought for those creative projects. Now, fortunately, a lot of creative projects that I have are from thrifted materials, so I didn't spend that much money on fabric or other materials. Like I try really hard to reuse things from an environmental standpoint. But anyways, so part of the, if I got rid of this doll, it'd be getting rid of a project, which might take something off my plate. But now that I came up with that idea of like seeing if I can go to the dollar store or some place to get these little mini horns, stick them on a headband, then that might be an easier thing than what I was thinking I was have to do, because I thought I'd have to trial and error and figure out how to do something or Google it, or I thought it was going to be a lot bigger of a project, but I'm like, if I can do that, then this doll could be done in like half an hour. So I'm just going to keep her, and then I'm going to have a really cool concept of a doll that I think it would be pretty unique. Anyways, so this is another doll you've seen. Now this is going to be interesting. This is my doll, Betty. And I bought her on the Chapters Indigo sale when dolls were like $45. And I was going to dye her green and turn her into my half-orc fighter character from Dungeons & Dragons, because I thought that would be an interesting project to do, like dyeing the American Girl green. And then she already came with a black curly wig, so I thought, oh, and she has brown eyes, which I thought either I wanted my character to have brown eyes or green eyes. So she has brown eyes, so it was one of the options I had, and she was a Josefina mold. I really wanted her to have the Josefina mold, so this doll seemed pretty perfect for that. And if I were to buy a doll used off of eBay, it would be around the same price as $45, if not more. So I was like, yeah, it kind of makes sense if I wanted to turn her in, like dye her green and do crazy stuff with her, that this would probably be the cheapest that I could get away with that. But people in my comments were like, don't do that, that's crazy. And even though there's a version, this is just like you 88, and even though you can kind of get a version of her, she would have eyelashes from the new Truly Me rebrand. I don't know what her new number is, so like if I really did something bad, I could repurchase her. I don't know if I would, because I kind of just bought her because she was a great price. But anyways, so I would consider selling her now, because I found this doll at a thrift store. And if you have seen my previous video, which was talking about all the dolls I found at a thrift store, she was in it. And you're probably wondering, why is she still dirty? Why does she still have this dress on? Why isn't she cleaned up, hair cleaned, magic eraser? I don't know. I've been trying to figure out if I want to create a video where I fix her up, but then so essentially these dolls are very similar to each other. And this is Julie. I don't own Julie, but I wish Julie had better hair, because the one iconic thing about Julie is her having this long, beautiful, straight hair. And this doll, its hair is uncut, or it's cut, but it's uneven, so it doesn't look that great. So I'm planning on re-wigging her and doing what I plan to do to this doll. Another concept for this doll is that I can make her Elizabeth's older sister Annabelle, because I thought about creating an Annabelle doll, because I wanted another doll from the 1700s. And then also, I mean, before I thought about getting an Elizabeth doll with like a not so great wig, giving her black hair, because then she can be Elizabeth from the books, because originally Felicity's books, Elizabeth has black hair, and then the movie and the release of the doll, they gave her blonde hair. So this is Elizabeth, this is Betty, which I know Betty is short for Elizabeth, but when I created my Dungeons & Dragons character, I wasn't thinking about American Girl. Now the dolls are falling all over the place, but this is Josefina and this is Betty. So as you can tell, a lot of people think that this doll, number 88, is just Josefina with a curly wig, which I would say is a fairly fair assessment. They're very similar to each other. As you can see, Josefina has straight hair, Betty has curly hair. So they could be sisters. Now I think Josefina has a sister named Claire. She also has two other sisters, I think. I think she has 3 sisters total. There's a lot of characters in Josefina's stories. So, I mean, I could make her a sister to Josefina as well. But yeah. Oh, and they both have feathered eyebrows. I just noticed that now. So anyways, they look very similar to each other. But anyways, if I'm doing all this extra work, I don't really know if I need her, especially when I'm going to be doing that work probably with the Julie doll. But I guess that has been my video on what dolls I would sell if I had to. I think this video is going to be a little bit longer than my other videos. Let me know if you like it, if you like more of these chatty videos. It might not actually be. Maybe I'll cut out everything I said. But if it is longer, hopefully you liked it. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below to be notified when I have new America Girl uploads. Also, make sure to follow my Instagram for more updates on my dolls over there. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.